Hey, so here's my vlog for today. I didn't get the Stardate before I started, but it's Friday. If that helps for you that are left behind, maybe, if you're watching this. Okay, so normally I try to talk about the positive things about how the gospel of Jesus Christ, Romans 10, verse 9, that if you confess in your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. But I feel like I need to address something that I watched the movie, what is it called? I keep on saying Sound of Freedom. It sounds like that movie where the woman is running around on the hilltops of Switzerland singing. That's a different one. And there's another movie I saw when I was a kid called Sound of Fury, which is a ninja movie, I think. Martial arts movie. So I get those names mixed up a little bit. What was that one with the woman taking care of a deer, a doe, a deer, a female deer? That movie. It's a good old Disney movie, which brings me to my bridge to what I want to talk about. So one of my friends posted about Disney and how they might be losing everything. I'm like going, I hope they do, because they need to be humbled. They lost me in the 90s. I was like, meh, after what they did to Robin Williams, basically. And just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, it just kind of lost my favor with them. I'm like, you're supposed to be making great movie content and television content, and they used to be so family oriented. If you watch some of the old Disney stuff, not only was it much better, it's also got a lot of Christianity, and it was just kind of accepted at that time. And nowadays, everybody wants to be inclusive, and maybe I'll wait and get to that part later. But then somebody started attacking me and saying, well, why do you think that, blah 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 blah, and you could clearly tell where he was coming from. And more of the recent Disney stuff, I was going, look, I don't think it's okay at all to sexualize children. I think it's disgusting. And I just watched the movies. I was a little fired up, too, at the same time. Because it ticks me off. It really does. I mean, the innocence of children need to be protected at all costs. People who ruin that innocence are still in the image of God. But I have a hard time. Let me put it this way. I'm not God. God is love. And I have a hard time dealing with that kind of thing, because I just think it's horrible to ruin the innocence or take advantage of old people too. I think that really ticks me off. I'm very protective of my dad, and every time he's on the phone, he's like, don't give out your personal information. He's like, I called them and I'm calling the bank. I'm like going, all right. I flipped out on one day because I thought somebody called up and said something to him, but I don't know. You know, he's getting senile, so Anyway, so taking the innocence of children or exposing them to the things they shouldn't be seeing. And he tried to even say something about, well, in Sleeping Beauty there was a kiss and blah blah blah. I'm like going, you mean in a 90-minute, maybe 2-hour movie there was one kiss? And I mean, maybe I object to it. You're gaslighting me. Maybe I object to that. He wasn't married to her. Why should he be kissing her? You know, maybe I do object to that. He was gaslighting me the whole time, trying to assume my position. I'm like, no. Number one, Sleeping Beauty, honestly, even as a kid, I don't think I saw that movie. It's like one of those movies. If it's the one where the woman turns into a dragon, then I guess I saw it. But I'm like, The only part I remember is the dragon part, because I thought the dragon was cool. I'm a boy. I don't think that's cool. I think it's boring. So, I mean, really, that's your argument that, oh, well, they used to do that, so why can't they? I'm sorry, but exposing children to sexuality at all is disgusting. And I was about to flip out on that guy, because no, I'm not. You've got to be crazy to think that that's okay. I mean, the stuff that Disney's doing, they're flat out telling you. They're not even hiding it anymore. You know, back in the 90s, we were like, Little Mermaid, did it really show that in the picture? Did it really have these words, spoken of? And that's when I started going, they're sneaking it in back then. Now they're flat out telling you they're doing it. So yes, I hope Disney is being destroyed. I hope that we're raising up as a nation and saying, no, enough is enough. You know, guys, parents, Disney's celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. I say, go back and don't help them. Go to your pawn shop, go to other places, and buy the old stuff. I have all the older stuff on Laserdisc and VHS tapes. I'm fine with that. My VHS player it's not broken, it works. So, yeah, I mean, support their old stuff. And if you have children you have to entertain, the old stuff, honestly, is just as entertaining. I mean, Aladdin was the last really good movie that I liked. The first Aladdin. The third Aladdin, I give credits to. I think, okay, it's fine. But definitely go back and watch the old stuff. And, I mean, there's some great stuff on YouTube and archive that, like the old Wonderful World of Disney, back when they used to come on every Sunday night. I mean, that was what I grew up with. Every Sunday night, it was the Wonderful World of Disney. I had to take a nap on Sunday so I could stay up late to watch it with my parents. It was the most incredible hour of the week. And they had really good shows. So I would guarantee you, your kids will be just as entertained with the older stuff that's safer than with the modern stuff. The whole FOMO thing, don't be afraid of missing out. You don't have to support the new stuff just because. And, well, my friends are all not getting that stuff. Well, guess what? Why don't you be the trend leader and say, hey, this is even cooler. When I was a kid, I remember what it was like to, all your friends had it, so you had to have a members only jacket too. But I remember I was kind of the weird kid though. I was like, I don't want one just because everybody else has one. And I remember when it came to members only jackets, my mom was really trying to get me going. I was like, all right, the stupid one that everybody else wears, I don't want that one. I did get another members only jacket, but it was not the cool one that everybody else had. I got a different one that had like I can't explain it. It's like, I can't explain it. You ever seen Star Trek 2 and 3 where they had the vest that you button up on the right side instead of down the middle, with the zipper down the middle? Well, this coat had the zipper down the middle, but it also buttoned on the right side, and you can pull it down to be like the captain on Star Trek. Anyway, so what was I going to go back to as far as, I may have to make a separate video because I don't want to sit here and make a 9 minutes of me going, like that. Alright, I'll just make a separate vlog. I'll just make it separately because I know that I had another rabbit trail I was going to go down. But I definitely wanted to talk about how Disney, I hope it does go down. I hope it goes completely underground. I hope the 100th anniversary is its last year. Of course, then again, I kind of hope this is our last year. I hope it's 2023. And I know some of you are so tired as well. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, am I becoming more attached to the world again? No. Don't become attached to this world. It's going to fade away. I mean, I'm not talking about the beautiful stuff out here that I'm seeing. I'm talking about all the, I got to buy this and I want to buy that. Like right now, San Diego Comic-Con's going on. It's not the rabbit trail I want to get on, by the way. San Diego Comic-Con's going on and Pixel Dan and all these guys are showing off these new toys. I'm going, don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. That stuff's coming out when I hope I'm gone. I don't want to be like Lot's wife and look back and turn to a pillar of salt. I don't want to have anything here that makes me want to look back. When we go into the rapture, I'm not going to be looking back. I'm going to be looking forward and be looking to Jesus because it's going to be perfect. And I'm so looking forward to that day. Could be today. I'm hoping it's in this year because I'm pretty sure it is. I'm not going to set any dates, but I am pretty sure it's soon. Everything's lining up too well. All these things that are happening are coming in this year. The CDC, CBC, whatever you want to call it, the digital currency, Mark of the Beast, that's this year. That's actually in a few days, isn't it? The confirming of a 7-year peace treaty is soon. There's a whole lot of things that are happening right this year. And it's too much coincidence to be ignored. Well, I'll do a separate video later because I hate to go over 9 minutes. I hate to get anywhere near 10 minutes. Have a fantastic Friday. Oh, it's French Friday. Au revoir.